dishes in a dishwasher, and my kids could, clean dishes faster. But like the other conversation that Helen had, like there is no better country ultimately, and we all kind of want the same things, no matter where you go in the world. I mean, for me personally, what I took back was just like I was blown away by like Eritrean women, just like how graceful they were. And I'm always just like trying to hurry, and like the coffee, I was like, I need coffee like right in the morning. These people like make a whole celebration of it. Like, what is this? Like, can we just get it in me? Like, so I like learned to like slow down, and that like community. I mean, I came back like very different. My mindset was completely different when I came back, and more so like with family and like that importance of family, which I didn't really appreciate to be, it's like my background, I can take a lot of things for granted. So I definitely came back with a different perspective on that. So appreciative of that.
I really think that the two of you were really compatible, your spirit, and I think that's really what made it happen, and you were so authentic. And I'd like, Helen, if you can talk a little bit about what did you find about love, and where are you with love?
Beautiful question. I agree with you. Our spirits. I think I learned a lot about love while I was there. I didn't expect to. I didn't go there thinking that was going to be, a big takeaway from our trip. One of the things that Michaela used to always say is, life is love. Love is life. Life is love. And I remember, I'm like, what? Like, what does that mean? And the more time that has passed, because that stuck out for me. In the beginning, we have it, life is love, and I'm like, that's not love. But it is. Life is love. Like, that's what I keep learning every day. Like, life is not easy. Life is, there's these challenges, but there's these very beautiful, just beautiful moments in life. And love is life. Like, when you truly understand that it's not this external thing, this thing that you meet someone, you fall in love, and live happily ever after. It's not like that. It really does start within us. And I'm also a very spiritual person. And for me, life is love is life, and God is love. And I really feel that that's something that has been sinking in more and more. The older I've gotten. So I hope that answers your question.
Any other questions? Let's say like 3 more. Yes, right here.
I just wanted to know, because it's almost a selfish question. I've always struggled with the Gebregiorgis language growing up. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, but did you find that going to Eritrea was like it solidified your Gebregiorgis, or were you already like great at speaking Gebregiorgis?
Thank you for thinking I was great. First trip I thought I was just perfect, and then the kids started to make fun of me, just laugh at me. But I think it just because at home I grew up it was English and Tigrinya, and so when I would speak Tigrinya, it's a mix of English, So I went with some knowledge of Tigrinya, like I did have some knowledge, but I also just picked up some words while I was there. It did help that I had, I guess I would say, like I am fluent to a certain extent, but I'm not perfect. So, yeah. And a lot of the younger people did speak English, so that also helped. Like we were able to have conversations. hold conversations with a number of different people, so.
Yeah. All the way in the back.
Yeah, well, hi. I just would wanna know, what would you want us to know that couldn't make it into the film?
What's missing from the film?
Like 30 hours of footage?
I mean, there's some like very personal things that, you know, we didn't think were appropriate to put in the film. You know, with some of the characters that are already there, and a lot of like amazing, you know, stuff with Helen's family too that just wasn't, you know, appropriate to be putting in the film to display. That's, I mean, there's so much like different intimate pieces of footage. Like I was like, oh, I should go through and watch all of this footage again. So
I would say because we traveled to Eritrea and then Egypt and then Kenya. What's missing is Egypt and Kenya because we had some incredible like moments in Kenya. I feel like our time in Kenya could be its own film, and yeah, so that's what I would say is really missing because that was also part of our learning and growing during that trip.
One more question? Yeah.
That was my question.
Next project? Yeah. What are you working on?
another decade project. Anyone have a decade project?
Any other questions? Oh, right in the front. Okay.
I just have a question regarding your feeling, your experience, your lessons that you learned through connections of nature when you were there. You know, because you had, you rode camels, you had animals that normally we're not exposed to. Plus, did you see the stars at night? You know, you saw the mountains, and that was very calming. But Kenya, there's more.
Yeah. As you could see, nature was a big part of the film, and I think it just became normal to like wake up to chickens, like especially when we're in the village, roosters. But also just like animals just walking around us, and it was
You're running chickens.
yeah.
Like we would carry around the chicken that we ate.
I think it was, yeah, it was just a big part of like what we were experiencing, to just be still and really take in everything, because like Kara said earlier, like we're, you know, fast paced. I remember earlier on in the trip, we were walking so fast, and she didn't hear it, but I heard it in Tigrinya. But they were just like, where are they running to? Because everybody's just like walking, just relaxed, and we're just like, we were just going to a cafe.
Very important.
So we, I think how we were affected by that is we just kind of relaxed and just like we were in the moment. Yeah, I don't know if you want to add anything else about nature.
Yeah, I just found that in the smaller towns, you know, outside the city that we spend time in, you know, just people living so close to nature, and, you know, a lot of, you know, just to hear the sounds of animals too constantly, and those like natural sounds is so, I think it just helps the spirit. You can tell everyone's like pretty happy, you know, just sitting outside most of the day and eating and hanging out together. And I mean, that's the way people should be living. And, you know, as we all that live in the city, you know, it's like I have to do so many things to stay sane. It's like, oh, if I just like lived outside and cooked and ate, it'd probably be fine. But yeah, it's really nice to be in like around that all the time. So definitely it's healing, I think.
Awesome. I really like that you filming your environment, it made you think about your environment, and you're physically able to embody that. That's awesome. Any final questions before we do a last round of applause? Thank you so much, ladies. Coming, and drive safely home. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here sometime soon. Thank you.